Hello. I'm going to talk about, as chosen ones, just embracing your uniqueness. And I'm going to go into scripture starting with First Peter. This is in the King James. Um, 1 Peter 2, verses 9 through 12. Okay. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, unholy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Verse 10, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Verse 11, dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. In verse 12, having your conversations honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify God in the day of visitation. So chosen ones, and to those of you who are chosen, you'll know what I'm talking about. You have never had fit in this world, even since a child. You never had fit in. So God didn't call you to fit in. He separated you. And I'm also going to go into another scripture here. This is going to go into, this is going to be in Jeremiah. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay, Jeremiah. And this is going to be chapter 1, verse 5. Just 1 second here. Great, it knocked me out. Sorry about this. That's why I should just probably just have the actual book instead of using the app, because it keeps have these advertisements on here. Okay, so Jeremiah, that says chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. And so, chosen ones, you are a seer. Typically, most of the chosen ones, some of you, not necessarily all of us, are called into ministry. You could be called into just to do a business that he has for you, but you do have the gift. You do have the gift of discernment, and you are a seer, meaning that you can discern. You're sensitive to energy. You could see through people, especially now that a majority of you have already have been awakened or just starting on that journey to be awakened. And so what you have to understand this is, when he formed you in your mother's womb, the Most High formed you in your mother's womb, he knew you. So he separated you. So this is why you never even fit in within your family. And a lot of times we as chosen ones, we are the black sheep of our family. So this is why you never fit in with your friend group. You just never fit in. You just don't fit in this world at all. And that's why you also have a hard time staying on a 9-to-5 job. So you're not built or meant to fit in. I know, me personally, I didn't understand that until I had my awakening, and now I'm okay with that because now I know really who I am now. And some of you, and I could even just to explain, even with myself personally, like some of the things that you've done in your past, had you had knew your true identity, not what the world says you are, but what the Most High says you are. Had you had known who you really were, the divine you, the things that you have done in your past, you would never have done. Because a lot of times as chosen ones, the enemy is been after us since we were kids. And I would say even tried to even take you out while you was still in the womb, because the enemy had knew who you were. And a lot of us, we've been talked down, we've been looked down, judged very harshly of the mistakes that we have made. But everybody else, they make their mistakes, they're not judged so harshly like we are. And your spirit was broken. You know, a lot of times these people, the minions that the enemy uses based off of their jealousy, because they saw what you didn't see in yourself, and they broke your spirit. And this is where we got dealing with the brokenness, and this is why God had to isolate us, so that way we could heal. He had to do that. That's why many of us had to relocate and leave our hometowns, so that way we could get away from the people that's been using us, mistreating us, in some cases abusing us, so that way we can actually go and heal and go within and to have that connection with the Most High, and for him to reveal who we really are and what our gifts are and why he put us here on this earth. So if they hated on Jesus, and he's the Son of the Most High God, then what makes you and I the exception? So what they're going to do is they're going to call you everything but a child of God. But they hated on Jesus, so we get that too. And you're going to be hated, but you will find your tribe, and your blood relatives is not your tribe. You will find your tribe with like-minded people, like yourself. You just have to despite all the opposition that we get, you have to just stay focused on the path that God has for you, the calling that he has for you, because it's tailor-made just for you. So at this time, God is going to use us. He has preserved us for a time such as this. This is why we've throughout our lives, we always have gotten the short end of the stick. But this time, we're going from the back of the line to the front of the line. So the last, because we've always been last, but not this time. This time, we're going into a season where us being last is going to be, so the last is going to be first. The last is going to be first. So you're going to be first. And people are going to be confused. Your enemies are going to be confused because they're not going to see this coming. They thought you was at the bottom of the barrel, and then God is rising you up. He's exalting us. He is exalting us for a time such as this, because we're needed. Because of these end times, we are needed. So just keep on pushing. And I'm going to say this: whatever God has you working on, all gas, no brakes. The enemy's going to throw his little darts. He's going to do it. But you got to ask God, you got to be in prayer, ask him to give you the strength and courage to continue on and to persevere to get to your breakthrough, which is going to be your promised land, working in your purpose, operating in your gift. And then you no longer have to worry about a 9-to-5 job. So that's my message for you all. Stay prayed up, and God bless.